shadow of your wings, here will I hide myself, and I will rest and sing, and I will not, no, I will not be afraid. You're my high tower, Lord, you're my refuge. You are my faithfulness, Lord, you are my truth, and I will not, no, I will not be afraid. Under the shadow of the Almighty, no foe can stand, no foe can stand. 1,000 may fall in my side, 10,000 fall at my right hand, but it won't come near me. I put my trust in you, I put my trust in you, I put my trust in you, Lord, I put my trust in you, and I will not, no, I will not be afraid. Under the shadow of the Almighty, no foe can stand, no foe can stand. 1,000 may fall at my side, 10,000 fall at my right hand, but it won't come near me. I put my trust in you, I put my trust in you, I put my trust in you, Lord, I put my trust in you, and I will not, no, I will not be afraid. No, I will not, no, I will not be afraid. Oh, oh,
In the late summer and early fall of 2006, I was going through an unwanted divorce, having left an abusive marriage earlier that spring. Then in October, I found out I had breast cancer. Now living on my own and in an apartment, I didn't know how I was going to make it financially, emotionally, spiritually, or any other way. But God knew. 2 weeks before I got the breast cancer diagnosis, God gave me the words, guitar chords, and music to the song you have just heard, I Will Not Be Afraid. It's from Psalm 91, which says that under the shadow of the Almighty, in that intimate place of worship, as we draw near to Him and let Him wrap His love around us. This is the place where evil cannot prevail. I found myself drawn to Psalm 91 during this time, and I took the words to my song directly from that passage of Scripture. But I wondered why God was giving me a song about not being afraid. 2 weeks later, I found out when I got the call at work that my biopsy was cancerous. I was stunned and very much afraid indeed, because a cancer diagnosis is a very fearful thing to receive. I also felt very alone, although I had my church family and my mom, who was 88 at the time. Again and again I had to remind myself and rehearse to myself the words to my own song. After having the cancerous lump removed from my breast and 10 lymph nodes removed from under my right arm, I couldn't play the guitar for quite a while, but I sang the song over and over to myself. I learned about God's grace during that time. Before, grace was only a religious word to me. But suddenly I found myself in the midst of grace as God ministered to me over and over His love and care for me, just for me, not based on what I did or didn't do, or how I felt, or whether I prayed or not. It was based on His goodness, His righteousness, and His immense, immeasurable love for me. Looking back, I see that during that time, I never wanted financially. I was able to pay all my medical bills, to pay for the medicines, the chemo, the radiation, and numerous doctor visits from the money I got from my half of my home in the divorce. My boss bent the rules so that I could continue to get paid even though I had officially run out of sick days. He would give me small jobs to do on the computer at home so I could count this time as a real work day. Jesus really proved to me during that time that He could take care of me no matter what I was going through. And during that time, He began to deal with me about some long-hidden issues I had from my childhood. Things such as my dad's alcoholism, feelings about being abused as a child that I had never shared with anyone. Little did I know that going through cancer was a springboard to some badly needed healing I needed deep in my soul. That emotional healing is a process I'm still going through today. It may seem like you're all alone. It may seem like there's no way out of the valley in which you find yourself. But God is there. Christ is your way through and your way out. Rest under the shadow of His wings and don't be afraid. As for me, I'm still cancer-free, and I hope this song has blessed you as much as it did me. God bless and be safe. Dorothy Cox.